A comforting way to use up holiday leftovers. This low-carb chicken pot pie casserole can transform your leftover turkey or a rotisserie chicken into a creamy filling all snug under a layer of buttery soft biscuits. With only 20 minutes of effort, it's the perfect comfort casserole that you can easily throw together, but it's going to taste like you spent all day in the kitchen. Start by dicing up some celery, green beans, onions, or whatever vegetable you want to add or whatever is on the verge of growing hair inside your refrigerator. Add 2 tablespoons of butter to a large skillet, heated to medium heat. Then add the chopped celery, green beans, and maybe a little bit of diced carrots for some color. I had some mushrooms that looked like they'd seen better days, so I added those too. If you have any leftover side dishes from the holidays, like green bean casserole, stuffing, mashed cauliflower, toss that in there too. After a quick season with salt and pepper, cook these until they're almost softened. Then stir in 3 cloves of minced garlic and a teaspoon of dried thyme. Continue to cook this until you smell that garlic, which takes around 30 to 60 seconds. Then we add my favorite keto thickener, arrowroot powder. This works similar to flour when you're creating gravy, except it has 7 times more thickening power than regular all-purpose flour, so you don't need that much of it. Just a teaspoon will do. If you don't have access to arrowroot powder, you could use an egg yolk or xanthan gum as a thickener, although I do find that xanthan gum can make your dish slimy, which, unless you like eating slugs, I'd say the safest option is to use arrowroot powder. Next, you want to slowly whisk in a cup of chicken broth while you scrape up the brown bits from the bottom of the skillet. This is where all the flavor lives, so make sure you get those up there and into your sauce. Then bring it to a boil over medium heat and let it simmer for around 5 minutes or until our mixture has thickened and reduced. It's really starting to smell like home cooking. It's food for the soul to keep me smiling throughout the whole winter months. I wish I could say that it keeps my immune system on high alert so I don't get sick, but for that, I use Arm Raw colostrum. A couple of weeks ago, one of my kids was sick, and then the next kid got sick, and then my husband, and I just knew it was a matter of time before I would start getting a sore throat. But I never did. I had heard Keto in Court rave about the benefits of using colostrum on Instagram, saying that it helped with allergy symptoms. And I'd been reading about how the superfood can strengthen the immune system, fire up your metabolism, supports gut health, and is great for skin, so I had to try it. Arm Raw colostrum is a sustainably sourced bovine colostrum that harnesses over 400 living bioactive nutrients that work to strengthen the entire gut wall and build up the microbiome, which is why Arm Raw colostrum should only be mixed with cold liquids or poured directly into your mouth. We've worked out a special offer for my audience, 15% off of your first order. Go to tryarmraw.com/ketofocus. That's tryarmra.com/ketofocus. Time for the leftover turkey. If you didn't have turkey over the holidays because the Bumpus hounds grabbed it off your table, or you're watching this in the middle of February, just grab a rotisserie chicken from the store and chop it up. I added 3 cups to the creamy vegetable mixture. Once that's mixed in, remove it from the heat and then stir in 4 ounces of cubed cream cheese and a couple tablespoons of chopped parsley. The cream cheese is also going to help thicken the pot pie mixture, so if you didn't want to use arrowroot powder or an egg yolk, this good old cream cheese can come to the rescue. Then we set the pot pie mixture aside for a few minutes while I make the biscuit dough. In a large bowl, add 1 1/3 cups of almond flour, a 1/4 cup of oat fiber, a tablespoon of allulose, just for a hint of sweetness and to help turn these biscuits golden brown on top, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is such an easy drop biscuit recipe. Then add in the wet ingredients, 6 tablespoons of unsalted softened butter, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, and 2 1/2 tablespoons of sour cream. Then mix this using your medieval blender until the batter is smooth. If you do ever want to learn how to make flaky keto biscuits, well, I have a recipe on my website. Just Google KetoFocus biscuits to find it. For the assembly, pour the chicken pot pie casserole into a casserole dish, then use a cookie scoop to drop in dollops of the biscuit dough on top. You also could spread the dough on top of your casserole if you want every morsel to be covered. Then we're going to bake this in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 21 to 24 minutes, or until the biscuit dough is golden brown on top. These actually look like little biscuit cookies on top of here. Making a chicken pot pie casserole or turkey pot pie casserole is so much easier than an actual chicken pot pie since we don't have to mess with rolling out the dough. But if you ever wanted to put in a little extra effort to make a keto chicken pot pie, I highly suggest this recipe right here.